The full glass of the present moment, finding peace in a restless mind. The story introduces Marco, a young man whose mind is a storm of overthinking. Haunted by the if-onlys of his past and paralyzed by the what-ifs of his future, he lives in a state of constant mental exhaustion. His journey to find a wise old sage is a classic hero's quest for a secret remedy. The sage, a former psychologist who traded worldly success for a life of simple presence, does not offer complex theories or affirmations. Instead, he presents Marco with a simple, tangible task: to carry a glass of water, filled to the very brim, on a walk through the bustling village without spilling a single drop. This task becomes a profound lesson in mindfulness. To succeed, Marco must pour his entire consciousness into the present reality of his action. His world narrows to the shimmering surface of the water in his hands and the careful placement of each footstep. The chaos of the village, the shouting vendors, the barking dogs, the playing children fades into an irrelevant background hum. He's not thinking about his past mistakes or his future worries. He cannot afford to. His mind, for the first time, is fully occupied by the now. Upon his successful return, the sage reveals the secret. When your mind stays in the present moment, then there is no space for fear, no confusion, and no extra thoughts. This was the peace he was searching for. Marco's experience is a perfect illustration of two powerful psychological concepts: mindfulness and the flow state. Mindfulness is the practice of paying full, non-judgmental attention to the present moment. By focusing on the glass, Marco was unknowingly practicing a deep form of mindfulness, anchoring his wandering mind to a single, concrete reality. The flow state, a term coined by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, describes a state of complete immersion in an activity, where one's sense of self and the passage of time seem to disappear. Marco's total absorption in his task created a state of flow, silencing the anxious ego and bringing a sense of effortless control and peace. This journey from mental turmoil to inner peace through presence is not merely a fable. It is the real-life story of modern spiritual teachers like Eckhart Tolle, author of the seminal book The Power of Now. Before his awakening, Tolle lived for years in a state of intense anxiety and depression, a stormy mind that brought him to the brink of suicide. His transformation occurred in a single night when he had a profound realization. His suffering was created by his identification with the incessant stream of thoughts about his past and future. By disengaging from this mental narrative and resting in the simple awareness of the present moment, he discovered a deep, abiding peace that had been there all along, obscured by mental noise. Tolle's spontaneous discovery is the very essence of the lesson the sage intentionally crafted for Marco. The parable of the full glass is not just a beautiful metaphor, it is a practical guide. It teaches that peace is a skill, cultivated through practice. We can create our own glass of water exercise daily by choosing a mundane activity: washing the dishes, drinking a cup of tea, walking to work, and performing it with our full, undivided attention. When we notice our mind wandering, we can gently guide it back to the anchor of our breath or the sensations of the present moment. Ultimately, the story reveals that the key to a quiet mind is not found in a remote mountain village or at the end of a long journey. It is found in the space between our thoughts, in the richness of a single, fully inhabited moment. The peace we so desperately seek is not a destination to be reached, but the very path we walk upon, one present, conscious footstep at a time.